Well, I haven't made a video in a while. I thought I'd give you an update. The 3 reviews I promised I'd make, maybe 3 reviews at once was a big promise, but they're all in pre-production right now. I've written the scripts for them. I've recorded the footage for them. I've done some preliminary shots. I planned some things out. I had to buy the props, which is pretty hard. The main reason why it's taken so long is, well, there's 2 reasons. One, I had to upgrade my computer. The major problem with the Final Fantasy II review is that, for some reason, the footage I got, I could not edit quickly enough. It took months to edit 10 minutes. So I've upgraded my computer. It looks exactly the same, but I can assure you it's 6 times faster. It's got a better video card. I got some more memory and stuff. And I've also needed some new editing software. I was working on a little project that is only a couple of minutes long but requires a lot of editing, and I'm doing this basically to figure out which editing software is actually going to work for me. I have Vegas, but it's so slow. I have Premiere, and I know it's better, but you know, it's much harder to use. I'm just looking for something that's efficient. So I've gotten a lot of editing software. I haven't really figured out which one's better. If you have any tips, you can tell me. Maybe I can take you into the little world of reviewing here. There is a pre-production stage, a production stage, and a post-production stage. Pre-production is pretty much playing the game and taking the notes. This is what you do. What you do is you play the game, and when you play the game, here's my TV. And what you do is, as you play the game, you take notes, and you record the game. I record it through my capture card over there. I'm thinking of getting a better one. But it won't be necessary. It'll be necessary for Final Fantasy 13, which I'm kind of dreading, frankly. But when you're playing the game, you take notes. I like to take notes on these index cards. These are my Final Fantasy 1 and 2 notes. You know, ideas for things you're going to mention in the review. Maybe you can have a rant. This is the script for the rant I made when I was talking about the world map and how hard it is to find something in Final Fantasy 1. One thing I learned early, I didn't know this in Final Fantasy 1, but I learned it in Final Fantasy 2. You're going to want to make time codes. Every time an event happens, you want to make sure you know exactly what time it happened and which footage so you know how to edit it. This saves you a lot of time. So you have to make an index of every single event that happens in the game. Now, when you're reviewing a game like, I don't know, Tetris, some fighting game that comes out, a game that's very short, you don't really have to worry about these time codes, because the maximum amount of footage you're going to get is maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. When you're dealing with a Final Fantasy game, you're going to have 70 hours worth of footage. So you have to take specific precautions. You're going to have to use its emulator for 2 reasons. One, the footage you record with an emulator is so much smaller. It's almost stupid to even try to do it the other way. Now, I have the space, but it's slower, the files get huge, and it's hell to edit. And when you edit footage, the file has to be small. Second, it's always good to have save states. It's not because you want to cheat, it's because it's very hard to get footage for a 70-hour game. You can sometimes record 8 or 9 or 15 hours of a game and then realize, oh shit, I didn't press a button, and you didn't get anything, or you lose everything, or there's no sound or something stupid like that. You gotta use the save states as a tool to make sure you get all the footage. And you gotta learn how to record selectively. One thing you learn in editing is that you imagine the game much shorter than it actually is. When you record something like, I don't know, the Final Fantasy VII intro, it's not like a 2-minute video. It is 9 minutes. You record the loading, the PlayStation logo, the menu, the opening credits, the time it takes for you to use the menu. You know, most of that footage you're never going to use. Save states help in cutting that down. Also, they allow you to replay a very small portion of the game very quickly. Say you want to record it from a different angle, or you want to do something slightly differently so you can have more than one take. It's a lot easier. I don't have the time to play the game 6 times, you know, to get all different kinds of endings. Or, say I was doing the Final Fantasy VII review, and I wanted to record all 4 dates. I don't have the time, you know, to play the game 4 times. In that way, you use save states. When you're making a review, playing a Final Fantasy game is twice as long as it normally is. And Final Fantasy IV and Final Fantasy 13 are notoriously long games. So I just finished 13. That's pre-production. Production is me filming the review and all the jokes and all the commentary. It starts with a stage of me recording every line. I determine then what parts I'm going to want to film. Then I film it. I check the footage. I do some ADR, which is redoing the audio. Some of the footage is bad. I edit that filmed footage, put it into the video. And that's production. Post-production comes after that. It's the real editing process where you put the video game footage and any other pictures and stuff that you need in the video. Seems like a quick process, but this is where the real work goes in. If it's not done right, it's going to look like crap. And, you know, I look back on some of my stuff, and sometimes I'm disappointed. Sometimes I like it, but sometimes I'm disappointed. And when you make videos like this, you always try to do better than you did before. I actually had an idea of doing commentaries on those videos to fill the gaps between videos. You guys can tell me what you think of that. Production is essentially being forestalled until I get some good editing software that won't slow me down. I don't want to spend 4 months making one video again. A general rule of thumb of editing is every second you see on the screen, if it was actually edited, it takes 10 minutes of work. I'd like to try to cut that down to 5. And I don't have much else to say. Oh yeah, this won't happen for maybe a month or 2 or even 3. But let's try something. I have an idea for a joke in the Final Fantasy III review, and it could involve some of you. So let's try this. If you live in New York City, and you would like to be in the Final Fantasy III review, send me a private message, we'll get in contact, and then we'll pick a date, and we'll film the little joke I'm talking about. It would require pretty much an afternoon. I can't pay you. Maybe we'll go off a pizza, but that's about it. And you're going to have to pay for your own transportation. But, hey, it'll be fun. If nobody signs up, I can do it myself. But, hey, why not? I got nothing else to do today. I had an okay Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had one. I thought I could make some non-Final Fantasy videos just for the hell of it. Tell me what you guys think about that. And hopefully the next time you guys see me, it'll be in that very short video with the heavy editing that I was talking about. So have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll see you later.